Hello everyone, Spicy Gecko here. Today I'm showing off my Great League of No Shields challenge against the Fashion Week trainers. Now, well first of all, I had to get this video out quickly as the new Sylph meta just dropped and I'm pretty excited for that. But also, this is actually pretty fun, I will say, at least for some of the trainers, just because it's really not that complicated to fight them because as far as Pokemon Go NPCs go, they are honestly even easier than the Team Rocket grunts. But that's okay, it's a little bit of a thematic thing to do, I guess, for trainers. Anyway, usually how these fights go is you want something that is either fighting type or just a dark resist in general to deal with the Furfrows. And then the Pokemon in the back are usually pretty friggin' weak. Also, I usually have something a little bit sacrificial like Eradicate here, just so I don't have to spend a shield for the challenge. And this is probably one of the more difficult ones, just because Vaporeon is so absurdly tanky. But even then, it's really not too hard. I think I had a little bit of wiggle room here. I could have also just not picked Eradicate, but I figured, you know what? I want something a little bit challenging in this challenge. So yeah, here we go. Eradicate. How does it do? It's pretty terrible. I'm probably not going to use it in open for a while, at least until I really run out of ideas. But I have other shit like Anorith for that. Anyway, yeah, this I can barely tell these trainers apart, at least better than names. It's just their dialogue that starts them off with. I guess while we're at it, I may as well mention that I do honestly like Furfrow's design, I guess. You know, we're seeing it a bunch. It's pretty cool. I like Furfrow. Kind of wish we got some of the cooler cuts like Egypt, but I'm fine with the one we got. I think that's like the Southern Woman one. Whatever, I can barely tell. Anyway, Ferrothorn is also a pretty good answer to Furfrow in these challenges, just because Ferrothorn resists both what's his moves again? Grass Knot and Surf. Yeah, I guess other grasses could do it too, but Ferrothorn is very bulky. You know, I'm saying all this as if I'm assuming you're going to do this, which if you're watching this video, there's a good chance you probably just don't care about these trainers, which is fine. It's just something fun I wanted to do, and also, you know, the game kind of makes you do it for the Furfrow hat, which is, in my opinion, a pretty cool hat. I think it's kind of funny, and I will definitely be wearing it. It kind of makes it look like I have white, pointy hair, which is pretty silly. I like it. It's got charm. Anyway, yep, Ferrothorn's Mirror Shot is also a pretty good answer to this Sneasel. It's always nice I don't have to swap a bunch of Pokemon around, and one of them can do a job pretty well. In comes Gothitelle. I don't think Ferrothorn can handle Gothitelle this low health, even though it resists Charm. But we'll see how much you can do with Ferrothorn here. This is probably the longest battle in this entire challenge. I don't think it's the hardest. None of these battles are super hard, like I said earlier, but this one is probably the longest. It's just whittling down Gothitelle, who isn't very strong either, but as far as the rest of the Pokemon this challenge goes, pretty bulky. Anyway, just gonna bring something in to finish off Gothitelle. I figured, you know what, fuck it. When was the last time I've used Low and Bug Trio in literally anything? And yeah, brought it in. Alright, now time for the guy in a Mewtwo cosplay. Diamond Furfrow. You know, I do kind of like Diamond Furfrow. I wish we got that one too. Not a big deal though. Now I decided it's safe for me to swap in Probopass and farm a little bit. I know that, I know what the trainers have in the back. I looked it all up in Cerebi to help me out with this challenge. And Probopass does pretty well against a lot of the stuff this trainer has in the back. Ignore that Dark Pulse going through. That does hurt a little bit, but remember, no shields. So farm a little bit. If this kills, that's fine too. I can live with that. It doesn't kill, which is pretty cool. We'll have a Thunderbolt. And in comes Krogunk. Can live with that. So I'm almost going to get to a Thunderbolt, which is a pretty big shame, but that just means I get to drag in my Shadow Mewtwo, which I do love using. I haven't used it very much in Great League, but being exactly 1500 CP and pretty decent IVs for League 2 is pretty nice. It just means I get to bring in Toxicroak for free against this Obstagoon and do a lot of damage. You love to see it. Sludge Bomb chunking away, and I'm gonna probably die here. Oh, I live. You love to see it. So this is actually, I think, the first one I did, or at least the first one I recorded. Yeah, and you can tell that I didn't really have a consistent strategy against Furfrou. It was honestly just to farm a little bit with Braviary, then bring in Whimsicott and Charm down, basically. Charm Town. Bring it around Charm. Anyway, just Charm a little bit. I can't really shield anything, obviously, but Whimsicott is a pretty good choice for this exact reason, because it resists grass, dark, and water. So whatever Furfrou throws at Whimsicott, it will be totally fine. Now Kirlia is made of glass, and I think it's really funny, even if they boosted its CP up like they do all the NPCs, it's only at 1610. Now, my Mienshao has Poison Fang, which makes things hard for Whimsicott, of course, but that means that Braviary can easily come in with a Brave Bird and just nail not Whimsicott, Mienshao. Yeah, there we go. Anyway, another Furfrou, Toxicroak. I have Toxicroak healed up. I was considering, personally, as like a personal thing, not using Great League Pokemon that I would consider overpowered, just to make things a little more challenging and fit the spirit of the whole thing, I guess. This is probably the most Metamon I use, Stunfisk, up in the upper right-hand side. You may have noticed that. I think I can farm down pretty comfortably from here. Anyway, Braixen. I'm just gonna throw some Mud Bombs at it. Super effective, of course. If it has Confusion, that's pretty bad, but it just has Scratch. Let's hope I can get to a second Mud Bomb. But I don't even need a second Mud Bomb. I can just bring in Doug Trio, because Scratch means that I have nothing to fear. Just throw Mud, boom, win. That was probably one of the easiest ones in this whole challenge, I dare say. Nah, actually this one it's a good one to end on, I say. Beedrill, I believe, can solo this entire team. It's even just a Great League Beedrill. Things gonna look pretty bad at first, but trust me, it absolutely dominates. And I just did not even care what the other two Pokemon were, because I knew Beedrill would dominate. Now, obviously, I have to hope that I can live this attack. It's just a Grass Knot. Everything is great. Just shrug it off and pull through. I probably should have just thrown Fell Stinger here, but that's okay. Yeah, I was hoping to farm a little bit. Get 2 Stingers off, fantastic. And then throw a Drill Run, because I don't know if this thing has Rock Throw or not, and I don't want to test it. Anyway, this final one is going to be throwing a Felsinger against a Shinx. So thank you all for watching me do this silly challenge. It was a lot of fun. Have a great day.